world is treading linen where the colors intertwine. The cross-stitch queen awakens with a vision so divine. With needle poised like magic wand, she dances through the night, creating tales of fabric dreams in hues both bold and bright. Oh, nightingale, sing your song in stitches soft and sweet, each knot a whisper of the past where memories and fabric meet. With parades of half-done dreams, they flutter in the air. Completed projects tell the tales of love stitched with such care. In the glow of retro neon light, she finds her sacred space. With every loop and every pull, she weaves our hearts embrace. The gaze echo through her mind, the melody so clear, as she crafts her tapestry of life with laughter and with cheer. Her fingers dance like fireflies illuminating the night, each thread a journey back in time where everything feels right. From floor patterns to geometric lines, a canvas comes alive. In every stitch a story told, in each design we thrive. On Nightingale, with every thread you weave a piece of soul.
Hi y'all, welcome to Neitzingale Stitchery. This is my channel about cross stitch and I'm so glad that you found me. I'm hoping that what I have to share with you today you will enjoy, and if you do, I would love it if you would leave a comment, hit the like button, hit the notification button, and subscribe, and let me know that you enjoyed it. Sometimes I will talk about quilting and cross stitch and some other things that I do, but today is going to mainly be about cross stitch. I have a fully finish to show you. I have quite a few, well, a number of WIPs, a couple of starts, some acquisitions, a giveaway, and I want to share with you about a stitchy day that I went to at Hobby House. So let's get started. Okay, so my first thing to share with you is a mostly fully finished that I have, and this is called the Merry Pair by Satsuma Street, and I think it's uber cute. It is meant to be an ornament, I think. I am going to put magnets on the back. That's why it's mostly fully finished, because I do have the felt on the back, and I'm just gonna stick like a magnet on here so we can put it on the fridge, and I think that that will be really cute. So I don't think it needs to just be up at Christmas time. I like this kind of thing all year long, so I think it would be cute. I did want to say that the sequins and beads were not as hard to do as I thought they were going to be. So I want to encourage you that if you know, you see something that you want to try and it has, you know, a part to it that you don't necessarily know much about, watch a video, check out, you know, somebody else that has finished it or finished something like it and try it, because what would it hurt? You know, they don't cost very much to, you know, finish, and, you know, you're not going to mess it up, basically. It's your work and it's fun for you to enjoy. So then I want to start talking to you about the pieces that I've been working on, the WIPs that I've been working on. And the first one that I have for you is called Honeybee Sampler from Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, I think. Yes. And there's a lot of people working on this. I've been following it on Instagram. I think it's hashtag honeybee sampler Sal is where I found it. But I've been like seeing what other people have been doing, but I haven't really commented at all or shown a picture of what I've been doing. I don't know why, I just kind of feel uncomfortable doing that. But okay, so the fabric that I've been using is 32 count Albarium. I think that's right. Let me just make sure. Yes, 32 count Albarium from Cedar River Linen, and I have been using Cottage Garden threads, Maran, and Flax. Flax has a little bit of brown down here, and here is my piece that I've been working on. And I want to make sure it's showing really well. I think I'm going to have to pull it back so you can see the actual colors better. But that's what it looks like. Please don't come at me for my stitches. I'm okay, but I probably need help with them. But anyway, okay, so just to give you an idea, I can come back here to get a little bit better color. Okay, so the bee up here, the flowers here, the birds in here, and this flower over here, and then this part down here are all the Marian. And then the bee skep, the pot, this part, this part here, the outside of this piece here, down here, and these bee skeps are all the flax. I've been trying to deliberately pick where the brown is on the flax to like give a little bit. It's really a golden brown. I'm going to show you the colors up. Let's see if I can get them together, because with all the threads together you might be able to see a little bit better how they see how brown that flax is. So anyway, so I'm just trying to color choose where I'm at. I was going to make the bee body the brown of the flax, but I'm really enjoying the brightness of the Marian, and I wanted that big beautiful bee in the center there to be brighter. So I don't know if anyone noticed this in the bee, but as I was stitching and counting off, I thought it was what do you call it, symmetrical, where it was exactly the same on one side as the other. It is not, like, not at all. It's very, this bee wing here and this piece here are way differently counted than these are here. And then you can see in this wing, it is a lot smaller than this wing over here. So be careful when you're counting, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It doesn't matter that it's not symmetrical, it's fine. That's how the designer designed it, but just be careful in your counting is what I'm mentioning. So yeah, so that's been a really fun stitch. I've really enjoyed it a lot. I kind of got a little tired of stitching on the gold, or with the gold, after a while. So I switched it up and started working on the, whoops, I'm trying to move my bag here. Started stitching on the Sody Day Quaker by Twin Peak Primitives. And, again, I've really been enjoying the stitch as well. And I did want to mention, because I think I said in my last video that it was a free stitch along by Twin Peak Primitives. It is not free any longer, but you can purchase it on Atelier Sody Day's website, and I will link that. And they are going to be having a new stitch along that will be free, that you can get each of their patterns. If you, I think it's subscribed to their newsletter, you'll be able to get it for free. Each week it will come out, and like a portion of it will come out, so you can stitch it along with them. I am not great at doing mystery stitch alongs. I like to see what it's going to look like first. So I'll collect the pattern and then stitch it at the end when I see what it all looks like. So, but okay, so I am stitching this on 36 count cypress by Fiber on a Whim. and I am stitching 2 threads over 2 threads, and I am using Soie d'Alger's Verissois 946 that I got in a Reflet de Soie box. So, okay, so here we are. Oh, whoops, sorry. Here we are, and I'll pull it back so you can see the actual colors, but I love this red. It's so pretty. I will tell you that the straight line that's down there at the bottom, I had counted a thread off, not a stitch off, but a thread off. And so the bee and the Quaker are also a thread off, because of course I counted off the bottom. And as I checked it further into the Quaker than I would like to say, I should have checked it way before then, but as I checked it, I realized I was off. And so I decided, of course, I would take out the bottom line, because it was obvious as I got over to here that it was off. But with the Quaker and the bee, it's hard to tell that it's off. You can see, I'll bring it up close. You can see, if you zoom it in there, that it's 1 thread too close to the house. But I was not taking it out. Let me make sure that you can see the color. That's probably more what the color looks like. Cypress is a really pretty bluey green gray color. So I'm sorry, for whatever reason my lighting isn't great today, and hubby is at the grocery store, so I can't fix it on my own. He's the tech guy, so I'm the not tech gal. So anyway, okay, so the next one that I stitched on, and I really only stitched on it just a tiny bit. I'm not even sure why I'm showing you, but I did stitch on it. So I can't even remember. I think I was like at an appointment or something and I wanted something to stitch on, so I took it. Anyway, it's as I say all of that, let me just say what it is. It's E. Dalton by Just Stitching Along. It is on 14 count, a hand-dyed gray Ada that I did, and I'm using the Called for DMC. I worked on filling in this yard. I filled in from here up, I think, and then I filled in down here. So that's it. That's all I did. I keep seeing this piece in this shop, and it's so cute, and I just want to finish it. I think it's very pretty when it's all finished, so I just keep plugging away at it when I'm at, sorry, I didn't think I was recording. I just keep plugging away at it when I go to like appointments or go to the garage or something like that. Because it's on 14 count Ada, it's easy for me to count and see what it, is, what it is. So then I don't need magnifiers or anything like that. And I really don't mind stitching on 14 count Ada. I don't mind stitching on anything. So okay, so my last one that I was working on, sorry, I'm trying to move everything out of the way as I'm doing, is my G Leger. And okay, I want to make sure that I show you everything. I'm going to take the booklet out of the package so it's easier for you to see. Okay, so I'm working on G Leger, and I'm working down here on the house. I have been working on the house, trying to be pretty diligent about working on it. But I don't necessarily get as much time as I want to work on it. And I've been meaning to show you other parts too of like what I'm doing. Okay, so this is what she's housed in. It's a French General bag that I made. Just has the same. And then on the inside is a nice little floral. And then I wanted to show you all of the flosses. Now, the flosses that I'm using are a conversion from both Lisa of Kindred Stitcher and Deb of Country Stitchers. And each of them use some of the same threads and some different threads, and I've been kind of just picking and choosing what I thought I would like. So I guess I'm saying all of that to say, if you enjoy how it's looking, contact them, because they went through the work of doing all of that conversion. I'm not really working through, or I didn't really work through it. So, okay, so I got quite a lot done. I have filled in all of this area, all up in here. I think all I had before was the white outlining. I am coming through here. Let me hold on one second. I think it is this color here is what I am working on. It's Antique Rose, so I can show you. It is this one here that I am working with. And the rest of the house has that thread in it. So I did that. I have extended the blue over. I did this piece here. I want to say I think I did the flower there, but I'm not 100% positive that I did that this time. Basically, I've added in here a few of these, like as I was getting tired of working on a particular color. I tried a different color. That there's a lot of red in there. There's a lot of gold in there. So anyway, I just finished off like the threads that I was working on. Like if there was just a little bit of that thread left, then I came down on the border. So I'm hoping that in the next month, this part will be completely finished, and maybe I can go up here. Up in the top up there above the house is a couple more. Oops, that's very shiny. I put it back in the thing. Up above the house is a couple more letters. There's a couple of crowns. Finished a basket in here. So before I move the hoop again. Trying to think what else is there. Oh, I might be able to get through to this bird here and whatever this thingy is there. So we'll see how much we can get done. I do have some days off of work here coming up, so I'm kind of hoping that I get a little bit of time to stitch on that kind of thing. And I would like to concentrate a little bit more on this. So I'll show it one more time. She's so beautiful. I really do love working on her. And that is very much more the color that it is. And I am stitching this on 32 count Silver Moon, but Lugana by Zweigart. And I think that's it about that. Okay, I'm looking at some notes, so sorry. I can't do any of this without some notes. So, okay, so I had 2 starts. And I think I told you I was going to start the one, which is this cute little rooster, Papa Rooster. And that was a fun start. Oh, good grief. Now I can't even find it in there. So I've got the hen. I don't know if y'all have ever done any of these before, but it's fun, like sorting out the threads and making sure that, you know, you've got your ducks in a row. Aha, chickens in a row. Anyway, I had gotten this from one of the Stitchy boxes that I got, and this is great for this. So what I do, these are all the different threads, and you have to separate them. They're like medium green, light green, very dark green, orange, slightly oranger, a little tiny bit oranger than that. Anyway, so I write the numbers in pencil up above it. And then when I'm done, because I used this with the hen one that I did as well, when I'm done, you can just erase it. It just comes right off easily. So anyway, without further ado, let's make sure I've got it going the right direction. Yes. Okay, so this is the rooster, and this is how much I have done. And I have mostly his body and a little bit of his tail and his legs down there. I think I would say I'm a color completer, because that's what I've been doing. As far as I can get to it, you know, like, I don't think I could get up here to get to his mouth and stuff. I think I wanted to get a little bit more of the other colors filled in. But where you see like these rows, I think those are beads, if I'm not mistaken, where there's blank spaces there on there. There will be beads in there. So this was fun. It doesn't take like crazy amounts of brain space to be able to do it. I mean, you have to concentrate and count, obviously, but it's not, you know, like a big thing that I'm working on like G-Leger or something like that. So it was fun to pull out and... Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I just realized that that might have been very loud in your ear. Okay. I have another start. It was not even on my radar, like not even a dream in my eye at all. And someone came through at work and was buying linen for this and showed me the pattern, or I saw the pattern. Well, it showed me the pattern because I usually have to do the calculation as to what size they need and everything. So anyway, this is called Double Crown 1823 by Samplers Not Forgotten. And I'm not sure that it came out this year or if it's last year. Anyway, I don't know, but it is so beautiful. It is so beautiful. The roses are just gorgeous. The color in the letters, numbers, just beautiful. And I got quite a good start on it. I am stitching this on Hog Bristle by Fox and Rabbit. I am stitching it with most of the called for silks, but not all of them, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But let me show you what it looks like. Can you even? It's so pretty. It's so pretty. That blue at the top is, I think it's Pacific. Hold on one second, I can tell you. Pacific Blue Dark. And I am stitching it on 36 count 2/2. it would probably look a little less dense. Let me show you the pattern again. A little less dense if you used only one thread. So, but I, again, really like the density. I did, I could show you this. I stitched one thread and two threads here and decided that I wanted to do the two threads because I think on some linens maybe I wouldn't want to do that, but yeah, I like the coverage of it. So okay, so my story about my silks and why I'm only using some of the threads. So I have a coworker, Sherry, that is just really, really good at picking silks and, well, threads of any kind. But I know absolutely nothing about silks. I didn't even know, like Gloriana makes Floramelli. They make other different ones that they just have plain. I don't know anything about silks. Anyway, so on the color chart, it tells you like what, you know, colors, but it doesn't tell you that they're Floramelli or that they're something else. And I think what she did, okay, so she went through and we found each of the different colors. I'm going to show them to you because they're so pretty. We went through and found each of the different colors, and the ones that we could not find, she looked up what the surfing was in them, or what another, like I guess Gloriana has different kinds of silks. So like Floramelli or the plain, see, you can see like this one just says Gloriana on it. And this one says Floramelli on it. Okay, so anyway, so we couldn't find them in one, so she knew to just go look for them in another. And if we couldn't find them, then we looked for kind of what they looked like in other silks. So the one, well, the two greens that are on here, medium, let's see. The medium green, we changed to the Dinky Dyes crocodile. And then the Avonlea green and the Blythe green, I am using the lights. I'm going to pull this up this way. The lights of Creme de Menthe, Belle Soie Creme de Menthe, and the darks of the Creme de Menthe for the two different greens. And then there was another one. It was a pink. Can't remember which one it was now. It's the Sophie Strawberry is what I'm using, but I'm trying to remember which one. It might be the Crimson Light. Sorry, I have that information in on by my chair because that's where I'm stitching it. So anyway, she was just so good at finding the silks for me. I would still be there looking if she had not helped me. So anyway, if you ever have any questions like about silks or colors or that kind of thing, I would highly suggest giving Sherry a chance to help you. Anyway, these are the colors again. They're so pretty. They're so pretty. And then I'll show you the stitch again. I had not ever done any of the Samplers Not Forgotten pieces before, and I am hooked. I've bought a few other ones of hers, and pull it up really close so you can see it. Again, don't pay attention to my stitches. Tell me how I can do them better. Okay. And this is probably more the color. The hog bristle kind of has like a, what do I say? It's tan, but it's like a ruddy tan, kind of like an autumny tan. Very pretty. So anyway, so that was fun getting to start something completely new. All right, so I'm looking at my list of stuff that I've told you and stuff that I needed to tell you. All right, I've got one more thing that I have newly kitted that I'll tell you about right now. And this is called Sewn in Friendship. It is a collaborative project that Heartstring Samplery and Plum Street did together. So I think there's another part to it that Plum Street did, but I just have the part that Heartstring did. So I fell in love with this. I think I'm going to put some different words in there. What I fell in love with is the bird and the red flowers. So, and I am going to do this on antique lace, 32 count antique lace by Seraphim. It's a really pretty color. And then I am going to do it with, hold on one second, most of the threads, but I was thinking that I wrote down somewhere that I changed what threads I changed. Hold on. Hold, please. I don't want to show you that one. That's the chart. Okay. Yeah, it's on the front page. Okay. So I am using most of the called for Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts, but I'm thinking about switching the Brethren Blue, which is the lighter color, for the darker color, which is Deep Sea. And when you look at the picture, the bird looks a lot darker than that Brethren Blue. That Brethren Blue looks almost tealy colored. Whoops. That was a good catch. Almost tealy colored. And so I'm really kind of thinking I like the idea of the Deep Sea better. And then I am using whitewash for grits because I think that, well, I didn't have grits, but I think that will show up quite well there. And then I didn't have any Oscar. Surprise, surprise. Does anybody have Oscar? Does anybody have Oscar not already kitted and being used in something? Because that's where I have Oscar, and I didn't want to steal from one to get another. So anyway, I have this unnamed Gentle Arts. I think it's Gentle Arts, yeah. That I think will work really well for the Oscar. So let me just put all those together here with the color. I think it'll work really good. I guess we'll see, but I'm going to start that hopefully in the next month. It'd be great if I can do that. All right, I'm just going to pop these all off to the side. And okay, let's figure out what's next. Okay, I want to share, okay, by the way, if you're doing a drinking game, I'm pretty sure you're inebriated already. I've said, I don't know how many times. And if you have not gotten one of these "Don't Be a Heifer" stickers from the Floss Boss and Cousins, you ought to grab one. Okay, so last month I had a giveaway, and I'm giving away Patriotic Trio pattern by Kathy Mills. She's actually giving the pattern away. She is the owner of Hobby House, and I am giving the threads away. And then Todd, who works at Hobby House with me, is giving his burlap bag away that the ladies got, well, everyone got at the Plum Street and Heartstring Samplery spring, what was it called? It was the spring retreat that we just had. It's not in my mouth for some reason. Anyway, so I had 2 comments, and I had my husband pick number 1 or number 2, but he didn't know who made what comment. So Helga Artail 42, you have won the Patriotic Trio. So my email will be down in the bottom. If you will email me and let me know that you won, I will send this out to you as soon as possible. I'd like to get it out to you so that you can start it at the beginning of July. That's when I am planning on starting mine. I think I'm going to do a Sal. I believe that I can tag that on Instagram. Okay, read my eyes. I believe I can. I'm hoping that I can. Anyway, I said that I would share with you what I was going to stitch mine on last time, and I will do that. Okay, so I'm going to use 36 count Mayflower by Fox and Rabbit. I really like the creamy whiteness of this. It's kind of got like a little grayish hue to it. And then I am planning on using, let me just check and see what her colors were and tell you. Okay, so Kathy's colors are Old Red Paint, Twilight, Parchment, and Black Coffee. I am planning to use, I think, Blacksmith Blue, Cherry Cobbler, Oatmeal, and Black Coffee. Okay, so I'm going to show you what it was that Kathy chose. Kathy was planning on it, or planned it for. And let's see if I can do this correctly. I'm going to use the board, and I'm going to show you my fabric. And then I am going to put, whoops, these colors this way. All right. So up here, these are the colors that Kathy chose. And these are the colors I think I'm going to use. I think. To be determined as I stitch with them. That's why I have them all in the package together, because I may choose to do different when I get going on it. So I'm planning to start that July 1st, and that is my hope. I'm also hoping to start, what is it called? Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. I have it all kitted up and everything. I did not pull it to show you guys, but it's right behind me. So I'm going to pull it real quick so you can see it. this is influenced by another floss tuber, which I didn't ask if I could share that, so I won't share who that is right now, but perhaps at another time I will. I'm going to be using Vicki Clayton silks, of which I have some of them, pulled here. I did a sample of what they would look like stitched, I believe, yes, 1/1 and then 2/1. And so if you look at the bottom of, sorry, you know what? Hold on one second. Let me do that better. Okay, so this is what I'm planning on stitching, Land That I Love by Teresa Koga. A lot of people have been stitching it already. I think it's beautiful. I think everything about it is beautiful. I love the colors. When I saw this floss tuber doing hers, I thought her color choices were stunning, and she said that she was doing Vicki Clayton silks. Okay, so here's her silks choices that she did. Okay, now I can't show it like that. So okay, so what I did was, which if I'm doing a bigger piece, I try to do this because I want to see what the colors are going to look like truly on the fabric. So what I did was I stitched two different squares. One is 1/1 and one is 2/1. Sorry, 1/2 and 2/2, because with 36 count, I like it a little denser, but I wanted to see if the silks would cover really well or not. And I'm trying to see if I'm getting up close enough for you. So I think I still wanted it to be 2/2. So that would be every other square. So like there. Those are the 2/2s. And I love every color in it. I think they all look really beautiful. There's one, I think it's this one here that I felt like might ghost a little bit, but I even think that one's still going to be okay. When you look at it from back here, it still shows. So I think I'm going to be good. So I'm hoping to start that on the 4th of July and be able to have it done by the 4th of July next year for the 250th anniversary of our country becoming our country. So that is my hope. That's what I would really, really like to do. I don't know if I can do that or not, or, if I, will have enough time to stitch that much, but I have a plan. I need to break down the pattern into the manageable pieces so that I can have a goal each month to try to get that many done. So wow, I have a huge pile over here. Okay, so I also wanted to mention floss tubers that I've been watching, so you can check them out too if you're so inclined. I like floss tubers that stitch all sorts of different things, because I like to see things that I wouldn't normally stitch, and might be encouraged to stitch some of the different things. I think the only thing that I'm not really sure that I would ever venture to stitch would be like a Mirabilia or an Nora Corbett, but it's simply because it's not really my aesthetic as far as like decorating and stuff like that, but I think they're really pretty, and I love the ones that people are stitching. So I say that because Janet Jabber is top first one on my list of floss tubers that I watch. And she always has a memorabilia of some sort going. And right now she's doing, I think it's called Lady Liberty. And oh my word, it's so beautiful. I also watch Penelope's Pocket. She's a newer floss tuber. I think she started about the same time that I did. And I really enjoy her a lot. She talks about her knitting and cross stitching, as well as bags that she makes and stuff. She's really good. It's very sweet. I watch the Sable Stitchers. Love them. There was some sad news with Linny this last week, but Linny, I don't know if you will ever see this or not, but that you would know that I'm praying for you, and I know that there are thousands of people doing the same, and we all really enjoy your floss tube and the time that you spend on there talking to us about the beautiful things that you're stitching. We get so much joy out of it. So I enjoyed watching Sew Me Sarah. Always enjoy Sew Me Sarah. She has so many beautiful things that she stitches. Country Stitchers. They had a stitching day this last floss tube, and that was so much fun. I love listening to them talk about things that they've stitched in the past and times that they've spent together as families, and it's so much fun. Helen D, of course, always love watching Helen D because she is so informative and she is so giving in teaching us how to finish things and that kind of thing. So I love going back and watching one episodes that she's had of different finishing techniques and stuff. I have hopes of finishing some of my pieces in the next few weeks. I just need to get the stuff out and get it out on a table and working on it. So I'm going to be going back on hers and Vanna Pfeiffer's floss tubes to look and see how I could finish some things differently. So I also watch Bougie Stitchers. I love her. Well, both of them, Nancy and Jenny. Sorry, her name was eluding me. And Jenny has a new shop, the Stitching Emporium, I think is what it's called. I'll link all of that down below. Okay, and I have 3 more. Unfinished Stitches is mom and daughter who are going to be doing this incredible walk. They are hiking as if they are hiking the Mount Everest. They're doing it in 36 hours. It's hiking and hiking and hiking up a mountain, and then they get a ski lift back down. And anyway, you just have to watch them. This last episode, they talked a lot about that hike that they're going to be doing. They also shared a lot of the cross stitch and stuff that they've been working on. But it just was so interesting. All of it was so interesting about the hike, but also about their cross stitch. Their hike right now, my husband, Sean, is getting ready to hike another section hike on the Appalachian Trail. And he has plans to do the entire Appalachian Trail in these section hikes. So he's going to be doing, I think, 150, maybe 180 miles this summer. And so he's going to be doing that shortly. And so hearing what Madison and Bonnie are doing on Unfinished Stitches was really interesting because they're doing it all in 36 hours. My husband will be doing it in like 10 days, but actually hiking on the Appalachian Trail. They're not actually hiking Mount Everest. They're just doing it as if they were doing Mount Everest, the height of Mount Everest. So anyway, I also watched Linen and Scraps. That was way fun. I always enjoy them. And Two Tall Stitchers. I see Two Tall Stitchers as my mom and myself if we were doing a floss tube together. My mom passed away in 2010, but she reminds me very much of the mom. I'm sorry, but their names are eluding me right now, but she just reminds me so much of my mom. Her funny sarcasm, but the collecting of things, and they just remind me of my mom and me so much. So anyway, I have some other plans that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so I'm planning on doing the Sewn in Friendship, which is the heartstring samplery. I am planning on working on Sody Day, Quaker still, the Honeybee Sampler still, and G. Leger still, and the Double Crown. I want to make some project bags, which if you can tell, I am running out of project bags. I don't have enough bags, and so the Honeybee Sampler is literally in its plastic bag that the pattern came in, so I need to make some project bags up. So and then I am wanting to do some fully finishes. Yeah. Okay. So I also wanted to show you what I purchased, my acquisitions. And part of that includes a revamp of what I was going to do for Americana Blue. When the last two, sorry, this is another French General bag that I have, and same as the other one, just different. The first one, the main color was this one, and this was the top. Anyway, again, I made it, but okay, so I was going to stitch on Americana Blue and also Americana Red, and I'm using the 36 count Old Mushroom. I got the fabric cut in half. I had a whole huge half yard of the fabric, and I had a blue picked out for it, but I realized it was a misdye, and it was only probably as much as like 2 skeins worth. And on the pattern, it very clearly says, that I'm going to need, can you read that right there? 5 skeins, 5. Okay, so they used Blue Jeans, Weeks Dye Works, and I really wanted to use Color and Cotton, and the mist dye that I had was beautiful. It was a beautiful blue, but obviously they didn't have that. And when I contacted them, they gave me a suggestion of, hold on, because I did end up purchasing a bunch of them to like look at them. They made a suggestion that perhaps Battleship would work because it would be closest to what the pattern called for. Okay, but if you remember, the color that I chose was actually quite a little bit darker than that. And so what I decided I'm going to use is going to be, it's called Stargazer. And I got 3 of them to check it out. Let's see if I can get a better likeness of this. Hold on one. See if that helps. Okay, maybe that does. Can you tell that it's kind of like almost like a Williamsburg blue shade. So I was kind of going between that one and Elderberry. And the Elderberry is really, really dark and didn't have quite as many See how like there's dark and light notes in this one? This one didn't have quite as many of the lighter notes, and I really kind of wanted a good variegation in it. So I decided to go with the stargazing. And you're like, okay, well, why didn't you get started on it yet? Well, okay, so I ordered 3 thinking that I would have enough. And then I thought, okay, but if I end up doing 2 over 2, I will not have enough because the pattern called for 5 skeins if you were doing 1 over 1 or 1 over 2. So I ordered more, and it took a little while for that to come. But I will tell you, Color and Cotton have their stuff together. They were just so sweet and so amazing and shipped it out as quickly as they could. And I just was so blessed to do business with them. So if you want to try a new thread, if you haven't tried Color and Cotton before, try them out because they're a fabulous company. And I will link them as well down below. I want to just show you some of the other colors that I got a hold of. Some of them I only bought like 1 of them to be able to just try. I mean, who doesn't love blue anyway? Okay, so I think that's... Make sure. Okay, so this one is Elderberry and this one's Battleship. And then these are the other blue shades that I got. And I'm sure I will be able to use them in something. And then when I was ordering the extra Stargazer, I had ordered 1 of Red Delicious. It's a specialty color that special edition color that they had. And I thought, well, you know what? I love doing red samplers anyway. So I decided to order 3 more of those just so I would have enough. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's really pretty. I would say it's kind of like Cherry Cobbler. It's got dark, but it's got some good variegation, like lighter, but not pink. It's definitely burgundy red. And then they also sent me, which I thought was incredibly sweet of them, which I didn't remember them doing this before, but they did do this before when I ordered something. They gave me 2 free little skeins. I don't know if they're a full skein or not, but they're definitely sweet is what they are. So anyway, so that was one of my acquisitions, and was Color and Cotton thread. And let me put these away quick before I move on. And so I do have, I had to purchase more of the cranberry thread also for the Americana Red. So I got those from Hobby House. And then, okay. Okay, so you know, I do enjoy finding things on the de-stash site. I enjoy looking and finding things that perhaps I can't get, you know, like at work, or either we don't carry it at all, or, you know, they're out of stock or whatever. I mean, I'm not bound to shop at Hobby House. I just shop at Hobby House because it's easier and because we have a lot of beautiful stuff. So, but many of you will know that Pat Carson's needles are nearly impossible to get a hold of. And anyway, I was able to get 2 packages of size 28 needles, and I love their needles so much. So So to be able to get a couple packages of those was great. And then on the D-Stash site, they also had a package of Victoria Clayton silks. And now I tried to look up to see if there was a particular pattern that this was connected to, because they're actually like all stuck together, you know, looped together. I could not find that, but I'm going to look at some more and just see. I'm not going to take all of these out of their packaging just because it would be very hard to get them in and out. But again, on the D-Stash site, I was able to pick up this older Stony Creek pattern. It is, I don't even know when it's from, but I figured that it's older. It says, by wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established. Through knowledge its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. And what I loved about it is the acorn border and just the coloring. I think it's really pretty. So there was that. Then I found Emma McCarty. This is done on perforated paper. I'm not sure that I will do it on that, but I really do love the bouquet. It's just so pretty. And I really like that basket vase. I found this. I was super excited about this. Anything Abbey Rose right now is a hot commodity. And, but I just love this pattern. It's really pretty. And, okay, so flat out, this is probably the favorite thing that I got off the D-Stash site. I loved Holly Hobby as a kid. And I cannot wait to do this. I thought that it was just this pattern. This is the Holly Hobby doll that I had growing up. But no, it is all of these. So I think I'm going to do one for me, the blue one, and then do one of the other ones for my friend, Sherry. Because we were both Holly Hobby buddies growing up. And then another favorite thing that I picked up was Brenda Key's book. It has a lot of, obviously, really great patterns in here. But what I was thinking was these are a little bit older looking designs and stuff. And I thought there might be a few things in here that I could use for my old sampler that I had done back in the 90s that you can see it right there. And I showed it in my WIP parade at the my episode 1. So anyway, I'm thinking to pick something or a few things out of here to fill in the extra spaces that I have yet. And it would blend nicely with what else I have on there. So, okay, so there were those. And I think I told you that I had picked up a few, maybe I didn't say it, but anyway. I'll cut off that thread of thought right there. I did pick up another booklet from Sodi Day. I'm going to show you a page from in here. This is the entire, it's, so I can't say the name in Dutch, but it's randiers or something like that. But what it means is borders. So it's basically each of these is a border that you could use for all the way around your piece or whatever, but they're doing it as a band sampler. And so I thought I would love to do that. And because I'm a bottom left starter, it'll be awesome. I can just keep doing bands all the way up until I have to do letters. Anyway, I thought that was way fun, and it's beautiful, and it's red, and who doesn't love red? So I got that. I also purchased a few pieces of XJU Designs. This one is 32 count early Halloween. sorry, let me grab my board again. A 32 count early Halloween, and give you an idea of, it has some really, really great modeling in it. Yellows, greens, gray. I thought that would be fun to do something on. I'm trying to get outside of my box as far as like using some fabrics that are way different than what I typically use. Okay, and then this one is 32 count old linen. And I'm not typically a dark linen stitcher, but I have been seeing some of the old samplers being done on this, and so I think there's a pattern by, I can't think who did it. It's a small pillow, it's like a partial sampler, done on a piece of, I think it's dirty road or dirt road, or anyway, something like that. Anyway, I thought I would try to do something on this that would get me out of my box. And then this one is 36 gray sand by XJU. And this has just a little bit of those patchy modeling. Let me see if I can pull it. I only got a fat eighth of this, so there we go. Let me see that one. Yeah, so just thought I would try some different pieces. Mainly I stitch with things that are very little modeling, very plain Jane, you know, kind of thing. So, okay, again, I'm not going to take these out of their packages, but I found this Samplers and Primitives. This is super pretty. I think this was in market this year, and I love that. And then, because I was looking at Samplers and Primitives, I also found this one, the Autumn Acorns. And I really pretty much love anything that's acorns and squirrels. I just do. So anyway, there was that. And speaking of squirrels, I found this one. And this one is by, it's Oak and Acorn Tart by Blueberry Ridge Designs. And yeah, I just love that. I think it's cute. I'd like to do that as a small for this fall. So yeah. So, okay, so those are all the things that I have for you today, and hopefully you enjoyed what I shared with you. And again, if you did, would you please like and subscribe and hit the notifications button, leave a comment if there's anything that you feel like I should do differently, or if you have any tips for my stitching, I would love to hear that. And yeah, and if there's anything that you would like to see me share with you differently than I have, I am always happy to hear your viewpoints. So, okay, I guess that's it. Have a wonderful month, and hopefully I'll get to see you sometime mid-July. All right, bye.